Has started moving some military units into, quote, attack positions along the Ukrainian border. The Pentagon says Russia could launch an invasion by the end of the week. However, the officials say it's still unclear what a potential invasion could actually look like. For more on this, let's bring in Nikita Khruschev. She's a professor of international affairs at the New School. Nina is also the great-granddaughter of former Soviet Premier Nikita Khruschev. So first off, thank you for joining us. As we mentioned, Russian troops are in attack positions near Ukraine. What we have seen in the last few weeks is beyond, a show of force to the West. Do you think, based on your knowledge and your studying of this region, that Putin will, in fact, invade Ukraine?
Thank you. I've been arguing for many months now that I don't think that Putin's intention is to invade Ukraine. That is new information. I didn't see that they're now in attack position. In fact, what we heard from the Russian defense minister, that the military exercises that have been taking place for about a week now, they've been, at least some of them have been winding down, and the troops are going back to their positions. So this is something new. And I am still not convinced, in fact, very much unconvinced that Putin's intention is to invade. It is indeed that Russia level, 11 time zones level. Russia is a giant country, show force to basically suggest to everybody, and particularly the United States, this is our region, don't mess with us.
We saw what happened in 2014 with Crimea. Remind us, why would Putin want to invade Ukraine? I know you're saying it's pressure to show people and showcase how strong they are. But what are some of the reasons, if that were to happen, he would want to invade?
Right. Well, in Crimea, once again, in 2014, the invasion of Ukraine, there was the annexation of Crimea that Putin claims has been done very legalistically because there was a referendum, and Crimeans associate themselves with Russia more than they associate themselves with Ukraine. And in Ukraine in 2014, there were protests, and the old government, the Putin-supported government, fell. And therefore, in Putin's argument, Ukraine was going to become kind of a fascist country close to the West, and therefore he had to act. So there was, and there were also two self-proclaimed republics. Putin was never going to invade the full of Ukraine, and I think this is very important to understand, because the scare level is more than it really should be. Not that the invasion of any part of Ukraine is forgivable, but it's not that he's going on Kiev, and never planned to ever. So this is important to remember. Also important to remember that in 2014, all this done very, very quietly. Mm-hmm. Basically, everybody woke up, and one day suddenly Crimea is annexed, and those self-proclaimed republics on the border with Russia, Luhansk and Donetsk, suddenly don't want to be with Ukraine anymore. So what now is happening for everybody to see is exactly that. It is show of force. Putin is a former KGB agent. If he wants to annex or take away or do some operation, we are not going to know about it until it's over.
The White House says President Biden's weekend call with Putin did not help diminish the threat of an imminent war. But Russia's Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov is urging Putin to allow for more time for diplomacy. Why has it been so hard to resolve this crisis with talks? What's the main sticking point?
I don't think it's actually very, I've seen these headlines in the American press that Lavrov is urging. Lavrov is not urging anything. The story was, or is that Lavrov and Defense Minister have been not advising Putin, but informing Putin on what has been happening. And Putin, as actually his spokesperson, Dmitry Medvedev, just said to CNN quite recently, just a few hours ago, is that we've always said we're not going to invade anything. We've always said we wanted diplomacy. The way diplomacy was conducted, and that's been Lavrov's argument, especially on the British part and the American part, is we don't want to be lectured, and we want to have our concerns heard. So by now, and also let's remember, Putin is an exhibitionist. We've been talking about Putin for 3 months. Everybody's traveling to Moscow. So it's not about not wanting to. It's about, once again, a KGB agent. It's a level until he thinks that now when everybody adequately showed their reverence to him, now they can start a negotiation.
There's so much to unpack. We continue to cover it. As long as you see those 130,000 troops there, you definitely wonder what is next. Nina Khrushcheva, thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope I'm not wrong.
I hope you're not wrong as well.